Hey everybody, welcome. I'm going to start this video right off the bat because I didn't get a lot of time today. So we are going to change out the stock plug. It works with a stock battery that is a different connector than the batteries I use. I use these cheap Powerways and I like them. They seem to work well and I haven't had any problems with them yet. Been running this battery since October of 22 and I haven't had any problems with it. So we're going to use the XT60 connectors. We're going to take off the stock connector. We're going to exchange it with the XT60, and we're going to use these plugs that I printed out and designed myself. So this will hold the plug in there once you see it mounted in there like this. This is the battery part. And then you'll see that sticking out. You'll be able to plug the battery in. Easy peasy. All right, cool. Let's get to it. You're going to need a 2.0 hex head to take out these screws. And that's the only part of the bike you have to disassemble is that plastic piece there, and then you have to take the screws out of the plug itself. You're also going to need a soldering gun, some solder, obviously, because you're going to have to resolder these cables onto the new plug. Now, the only thing you're going to lose here by doing this is the Spectrum's ability to give you the battery level on your remote. But in my case, this is the stock remote, and it would show the battery level with these lights. So in using a battery that doesn't have the sensor data on here, you're going to lose that ability. Now, I don't, there's other things on this. I usually use one remote for all my cars. It's a FlySky GT5. I use that because I don't like having a gazillion remotes laying around. And this thing I would love to change out, but I can't because there's too many custom buttons on here, and including one called front brake on the receiver itself. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hook that up to my current transmitter. And on top of that, this transmitter I've learned actually operates a front brake along with the back brake, which is the motor. So it's doing two brakes at the same time. And I don't know if my GT5 is capable of doing that. If it's a way to do that, I would rather do that. I'll get rid of this transmitter altogether. But the modes I can transfer over, the flywheel turning on I can transfer over, and the steering normal or reverse I can transfer over. But the other stuff I cannot. So until I learn how to do it, I got to stick with this. And like I said, doing so, going to my stock, going to other batteries, a third-party battery, I guess you would say, and getting rid of the Spectrum batteries, I'm going to lose that ability, but that I don't care about. I don't want to buy a new set of chargers and batteries just to power this bike. So I'm good with losing the battery level on the controller. So now that we have that out, you can see that the plug is just soldered in there. Now we need to get rid of these two. And to do that, we need to turn the bike around. Get in from this side here, which means we have to take these off. can get under here with the screwdriver. One thing you might want to do before you do this is make sure your batteries fit in the battery tray. So some batteries do, some batteries don't. So you want to go ahead and put them in there, pull the cables out, make sure the cables are long enough, and make sure they can get to the plug. Because this is kind of a weird vehicle. It's got the plug hard mounted. Most cars don't. They have a cable on them, so you could see what the problem might be. Screws out, saving the screws. Okay, the plug's out. Just turn this back around so you can see what's going on. Okay, so now next thing is to unsolder here and pull this off while I wait for the soldering gun to heat up. The XT60 connector, when you solder these, you always want to make sure you have the opposite plugged into it. Because if you don't, these will get really warm and move a little bit. And when it hardens again, you're going to have plugs that are off angle. And when you try to plug a battery plug into it, it's not going to plug in, or it's going to be very difficult to plug in and unplug. So you want to make sure you have something plugged in to keep those straight when you solder the wires onto them. Shoot, I just realized, oh, there it is. Okay. You might get some smoke there by the camera. It's just a soldering gun. I said, now look clean. Go. Probably should put my flat tip on there for this. Come on. It's not even close. Let me turn this off. I'm going to go ahead and put my flat tip on. Okay, this should be kind of hot. Hot enough. I put the flat blade on. Hopefully we can get this stuff hot here. Come on, baby. You know you want to. There it goes. Here's one. Now the bottom. Yeah, these are only 2S bikes, or the motor's only 2S, so I don't know why you need these big of wires on there. Seems a little overkill to me. Okay, there we go. All three of them are off. It's a good idea when you're working with hot stuff like this to have some foil laying around. That way you can throw the hot parts into. Because it really dissipates the heat pretty good. Okay, now those are well soldered. So what I'm going to do now is bring an arm down. And I want to put some solder. I want to make sure you got the right plug. Now this is the male that goes on the car, or in this case bike, and that's the part that goes on the battery. So you want to make sure you get the right end, and then you want to make sure you're doing positive, negative. If I remember right, this is the positive. Let's look at the battery. Can't believe I forgot. Okay, so the positive's on the flat, negative's on the round side. So get the round side black, flat red. Okay, so flat's going to be the red one. It's going to go like this. So what I want to do first is do this ground one. So I want to fill that little trough with some solder. So I want to get that thing good and hot. Forgot to put some flux in there. Fill it up real good. Get it over here. I don't have a lot of wire to play with. So again, is that the round edge? It's flat, isn't it? No, that's flat. So this is going to be the ground. God, I lost it already. Flat is red. Ground is the round. Ground is the round. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take this. This one I'm not using. So let's get this out of the way. See if we can stick it back there. Okay, so I'm just basically going to set this one in that pool. They're both tin, they're both soldered. I found that it makes better contact, it gets it hotter quicker if you clean your tip all the time. Get closer. Come on. And you want to hold it on there until everything just liquefies and melts together. And if you can get the wire inside of there, that's a bonus. Sometimes it's just too hard. The wire's too big. Okay, this is not working well. Can't get it at the right angle. I can push on there we go. And normally these plugs come with a cover that snaps on over the plug, but looks like there's a gap in there. Put a little more solder in there. It's flowing good now. Okay. So usually there's a plug that goes over the end cap there, but this plug that I designed does not need that because it's going to encompass the whole part of that solder, and the wire is going to shoot out at an angle going up because this plug goes in about that angle right there. So it gives the wire a little bit of ease in moving out of the plug. So you don't need that cap on there. So don't worry about the cap. So let me go ahead and pinch this, take this out. Okay, that's the ground. So now we're going to do the hot. Now the hot is going to be fun because that means the plug needs to come from the bottom. Of course, I have no way of getting that over there. The helping hands aren't too helpful right now. All right, let's do this. Is that going to block a shot? No. Okay, we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. Then like this. And I want to make sure this wire. Is it better to go this way over? So want to solder it opposite. It's going to be better like this. Okay. Going to go ahead and clean that puppy. This and gluing tires is probably the worst part of the RC hobby that I can think of off the hand. But it's part of it, so you just got to take it. Okay, got some solder in there. Now let's see if we can get this sucker in there. Heat up that guy. Of course. Cool. I hate melting that much plastic on there, but makes it look ugly. Suckers are still hot. I know you're saying, yeah, you dumbass. Okay, let's see what we got here now. This is gonna go this. Is it this way or I think it was the other way? Okay. Now this, I'd like to put something on in case I decide to use it later. Can I put on that? I'm gonna put a little piece of shrink tape on there. Yeah, it had to have gone this way, right? So the flat's going on the bottom. So look at my plug again, flat's on the bottom. It's gonna go like this. Make sure it's cooled down before I pull this plug out. Good. Unplugs good. Plugs back in. I guarantee if this was not in there, these would all be twisted up. So now this is going to fit in there like it's backwards. Let's go like that. like that. Okay, that goes in there like that. That goes in there like that. And it gets screwed to that bad boy right there. Okay. The wire's on, that's good. Let's go ahead and screw the back side on. Oh, I just want to double check colors. That's going to go that way. Black is black. Red is red. Okay. Let's go put these back on. Okay, there's one. These go on the outside. Screw holes, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second here. Now you got to be careful when you're using electric drills and screwdrivers to put this on, and you don't strip it out. So he's got the last turn or two with a regular screwdriver. Why is that not going flat? There we go. Okay, so you can see there's 4 holes in here. These two, the 2 outer ones. Just hold it up to the camera. This one and this one are for the screws, the brackets that hold it on. And then these 2 are for the cap. So flat goes on the bottom. But these wires don't like to get bent. I don't know if it's this cover. This wire's kind of twisted and it doesn't like it. So you can see why I put that angle in these wires. Other ones I've seen go straight out and they force the wire down a little bit. And it's not good for the wire or assembly. Covers on. I printed these out of PLA. I probably should have used ASB or ABS. I used a material called ASA instead, but for some reason my printer was having trouble printing ASA yesterday. So I thought to myself, I'll just try it, see how it goes. And you can see the wires are pushed, they go up. So they go up into there. It's not kinking the wires too bad, and it's nicely mounted in there. Okay, and then the battery is going to go in here. These things are very tight. There it goes. Kind of hard to get in and out. Even the stock Spectrum batteries are not the easiest to get in and out of this thing. Yeah, it damages everything when you got to put that much pressure on it. So the battery goes in. Of course, this is going to come out and go this way. And this little wire is going to go the same. Then you got to push it up, put the clip in. See if we can get the clip in there. I doubt it's even going to go in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these bikes. You'd think they would have made more room in the battery. It's the it's that post that gets in the way. So anyway, this goes out and around, and then it's going to plug into the battery plug. And again, you're supposed to do this with this cover on, which makes it extremely difficult. Plug that in, turn it on, and you're ready to go. So I got a few more things to do. I'm going to go ahead and put some shrink tape on this, see if I can get any more room in this battery holder for all this. But that's it. Easy exchange. If you're looking for these plugs, hit me up. I'll see if I can get one to you. They're only be a couple bucks plus shipping. Pretty easy. All right, thanks.